Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ideanthro. Now today we're continuing this little mini-series looking at how bioretention systems remove different pollutants from stormwater. And today we're talking about heavy metals. Now this should be the easiest video in the world, right? Because I could realistically just say go watch the phosphorus video. Because frankly, at a high level, the removal processes for heavy metals and phosphorus are essentially identical. So let's get into it. So we heard in the phosphorus video that there are two different types of phosphorus in stormwater. There is what's called particulate phosphorus, which comes in attached to sediment particles in the stormwater. So that phosphorus is attached to that particle, it goes where it goes. And then there's dissolved phosphorus, which is free to float around in the stormwater. Well, guess what? The same applies for heavy metals. So heavy metals in stormwater can come in particulate form, so that, that heavy metal is already attached to a particle of sediment, or it can come in dissolved form, where it's just floating around on its own in the stormwater. And the same with the phosphorus. The particulate heavy metals, when the water filters down through the filter media that you're looking at here, if those sediment particles run into the particles of filter media, they're going to be stopped and they're going to be filtered out. And we can see the little scratch here that we made in the sediment episode. We can see a little bit of sediment in the darker color, I hope you can see it there, being trapped on the surface, and then the lighter, more yellowy color is the filter media beneath. And that's an example of a bioretention system trapping sediment. So the particulate heavy metals, they're already attached to that sediment. The sediment gets stopped, so the heavy metal gets stopped. Just like with the phosphorus, the dissolved heavy metals, they're free on their own, right? But they do want to attach to some sediment. So they come in, they start to filter through the filter media, and if they run into the right bit of sediment, typically it's a fine particle of sediment, like a clay or that sort of thing. If they run into the right sediment particle, then they will attach to it. In exactly the same way that the particulate phosphorus was already attached to sediment, well, the dissolved stuff, when they find the right sediment, this sounds like a matchmaking service, when they find the right sediment, heavy metal, have you been looking for your perfect match? Well, come along to the bioretention dating service. No. Where on earth was I? Dissolved heavy metals, filter down, finds the right bit of sediment there and can become attached to it. And it's that simple. And so all the things we talked about in the phosphorus episode about theoretically you can get to a point where there's no more Mr. Right sediment in the filter media, so the ability of the filter media to remove the dissolved heavy metals drops off. That applies to heavy metals just the way it applied to phosphorus. Sweet. Well, welcome to, thank you for watching what turned into the bioretention heavy metal dating service episode. If you like what it is that we're doing at Ideanthro, want to find out more about what we're doing, want to suggest episode ideas where we can use dating analogies. By the way, you might not know this, but I hate writing, sorry about the tree leaves there. I hate writing my own biography for conferences, right? Because you know the sort of thing. Someone's about to get up and present something, and so they've written down all this glorious stuff about themselves that the poor host of the session has to read out, and it's nauseating. Sorry, I just swore. We might need to try and bleep that out somehow. But it's nauseating, right? Because it's like, oh, Joe Bloggs is just so amazing. He's done these amazing things. I hate writing that about myself. Yeah? So I took for a while to writing joke bios, and one of them read like a Lonely Hearts dating service. So Jack Mullally enjoys, he's had lots of experience with initially Logan City Council doing asset management of bioretention systems. He particularly enjoys getting out and spending his days frolicking in amongst the leaves of lomandras and caressing the odd carex and this bizarre rubbish, right? Anyway, I'm off on a tangent. So this episode was over long ago, and I made the mistake of swearing in the outro. So if you like what it is that we're doing, or alternatively you'd like to complain about my obnoxious language in this episode, if you'd like to know more about what it is that we're doing, there's a few ways that you can find us. You can find us on facebook.com/Ideanthro. We post all our episodes and that sort of stuff up there and some other little tidbits. You can like the page and keep up to date. You can find us online at ideanthro.com. We have a mailing list. So if you go to ideanthro.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, you can sign up there and we'll send you all the episodes as they're released. And finally, of course, you can find us on YouTube, where you can subscribe to the channel and get all the episodes nice and early. Sweet, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for humoring this slightly bizarre episode. And yeah, enjoy your day. We'll see you later. Bye.